Coach Lee here with you. I got Omar. We just finished up a private. Today I'm going to talk about breaking guard. We were in a tournament this weekend. We took a bunch of our newer guys out, and we saw that became kind of an issue. It wasn't just with our guys; it was everybody's guys. With breaking guards, it's a very frustrating thing. It's not something that's easy and smooth in general. So part of it is just knowing that eventually you can get it if you keep working at it. So we're going to jump into this. I'll show you a couple different techniques I like to use. First of all, if he's locked in here, and sometimes they'll be holding your head down too. If they're holding your head down, first of all, I like to pummel inside, and then I can use my forearms to flare and duck my head out, and then I can get up to this postured up position. I very rarely want to pass with my head down, or break the guard with my head down rather. So I like to get up here. If I am doing gi, which sometimes that's the case, I'll grab pants. I give him Melvin, right? Nice front wedgie, right? So I can control his hips, and I get my elbows center of his thighs. I don't want to get him inside, because if I get him inside, he'll trap one, let the other one go, and start throwing triangles and stuff. So I want to kind of center him. If I'm not playing gi where I can grab his clothes, I'll kind of push one hand up under his rib cage, so that he can't really set up as well. So he starts set up, grabbing. Right, so I put pressure in here, and I want to keep his hips down. So I try to get my other hand a little lower so I can keep his hips from coming up. Right, so I get in here, and then I put pressure with my elbows. Right, so go ahead, start coming up to get me. Right, so I get in here, I'm nice and solid. Right, and my elbows they're putting pressure in his thighs. I'm not digging in, right, because if I start digging in, and not to say that you can't use that from time to time to get a little reaction, but if I'm trying to dig in, then I'm not focused on this, and I'll start doing this, and then he can set up easy and start breaking me back down. And then I start from step one again, where I'm flaring and working my hands back up to here. Like I say, if he's got gi, grab his pants and jam it up his crotch, or her crotch, depending on the case. So I'm here, I kind of jam underneath this and jam underneath this. So I always want to keep my base wide, right? And this is the log splitter break. So when I do this, I see a lot of people, they'll come here and they'll do this, right? They're trying to get their knee in the tailbone, but I never move this other knee, so I'm easy to knock off balance here, right? And then this happens. Now once his arm's out, he can start to set back up. He can start lifting his hips. He can start shrimping out, whatever he wants to do. So when I get here, right, and I feel like I've got good control where he's not going to come up and break down my posture, and if he starts grabbing at my neck, I flex my traps, right, because I want to make my neck small, because it's a long, kind of long here. So I want to flex my trap so my neck's small, so it's less joints to bend. And I want to look at the ceiling. So even if he gets up here and starts pulling, I'm strong here, right? Now, what I'll do, and let's get this angle here. What I'll do from here, I talked about before, I don't want to just do this, because now my base is skinny. It's slim, it's compromised. I'm easy to knock off balance either way, start sweeps. So what I do is, I'm rib cage here, I'm hip here, I rock, and I open this knee up really far. Keep the guard locked for me. I open this knee up really far, and then I shift this into his tailbone. So from here, start knocking me off base, right? Rocking side to side. Right? I've got a good base here. From here, I'm going to scoop my knee even further out, and I put pressure in his ribs, pressure on his hip, and pressure in the sides of my elbows, and I arch my back like a cat. Right, so lock your guard again. You got it. I'll get back in position here. So keep this locked. Don't let me break it. So I'm in here. I pressure, and I start doing this. And eventually, it's going to break. Sometimes it takes a while. Some guys will hang on for dear life there. Once it breaks, I've got all kinds of options. I can go to this combat stance where I can start my knee slices. I can back all the way out of the guard. Once it breaks, I can step through here and start these types of passes. I can start attacking legs, whatever I want. But the object is to break the guard open here. Then we got piles of options, so come back in. Another thing I like to do to break the guard is we'll be in here hand fighting, right? So we're in here, and what I'll do is he's grabbed a hold of this wrist. So what I'll do is I'll take this under my other one, I grab his wrist, and I roll my hand out through the hole in his hand, right? So this is here. Then I double up, and I get up and I lock. Right, I'm putting as much weight as I can on his arm so he can't get it back. Right. From there, I'm going to step up this leg first. The reason I do that, if I step up with this leg, let me spin you. If I step up with this leg, he's going to start grabbing it, pulling it, knocking me off base, starting for sweeps. If I step up this way, he can't grab it. Right, I've got his arm on that side. From here, now I can stand up, and I try to keep this foot back so he can't get a hold of it. Keep the guard lock for me. So I come up here, and I get up here, and now I start digging. Right, and this sucks. And I'm not right here. I'm getting my forearm close to my elbow on his knee. So we're here. I come up here, and from here I side crunch to put pressure into it. Right, once this opens, once again, I've got options. I can step through and start to pass. I can start for my leg locks. Lots of options from here. So that's another option. This is one here that I use a lot. I really like this. It's the smash the ass pass, but I go for it quite frequently. I'll get double biceps control. I can also keep your guard lock for me. I can also be double wrist control. I've just got to keep him from being able to sweep me as I stand up. But we'll go from double biceps. This is kind of where I like to do it the most. And from here, I'll bury my head in his rib cage. I'm underneath his solar plexus. So when he tries to set up, it puts pressure. It makes it hard for him to breathe. Right? So it gives him incentive to be less of a pain to me as I get up. So I get in here, and I've got my wrist pointed down, so it's hard for him to get his arms back down. So I'll get in here, and I step up, and I keep my head, keep the guard lock for me. Right, I come up here, I keep my head down. Now from here, I'm going to shoot my hips forward, and I'm turning my hips just a little bit so I don't smash my junk here. But I want to basically ram my hip into the bottom of his hip bones. So I'm here, and I come here. Right, I hit one hip a little bit more forward, and that breaks the guard open pretty frequently for me. Once we get here, right, I can start passing this way. I can start driving through here. I've got leg locks, whatever things we want. I have another video on that pass as well, where I go into a little bit more detail in it, so you all can check that as well. But that's 3 ways I like to break the guard a lot. The log splitter I use way more when I've got the gi, and I can really give him that front wedgie. It helps out a lot. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Join the Facebook group. We've got all kinds of cool stuff happening there. It's a great time, great community there. It's growing quick. So check that out. And we'll catch you next time, Mastering MMA with Coach Lee.